And Chamba rumal is actually very fine embroidery. I mean, the hemming is such that you cannot make out which is the front side and which is the back side. And we are working with them. We're creating a new line of saris, a new collection, using Chamba rumal. Now, Thangka painting, which is from the Himalayan regions, we are bringing Thangka painting onto our saris. And that is going to be infused with zari work. And Chitara of North Karnataka. I mean, we are working with all of these. And the reason why customers, and we want prime time for these saris. We don't want the intellectuals only to buy who understand what Chamba rumal is, what a Thangka painting is, what Zardozi work is. We want even the common people to aspire to be able to buy these saris and really feel proud of buying this sari. That's the whole reason why I was saying that we need to bring down the prices. All the brands should work, not at the cost of the income of the weaver.
Of the quality of
Absolutely,
the
not
product.
at the cost of quality.
Issue
Yeah,
of
but share the price.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And we are also very mindful of the fact that, whether we are able to increase the total income of the weavers over the years. And we have, like, one example I would give from Maheshwar. We have a weaver who was working, who's now a master weaver for us, but he was working as a weaver with some other master weaver. And then he wanted to be on his own. He wanted to have looms of his own. So he bought a loom. He started work in his home, and then we supported him, and we were doing about, let's say, 40 saris a year. And then he bought another loom. He trained his wife also to work on the loom, and that obviously we had 2 looms, so the production went up to maybe 200, 120 saris a year. And today he has 6 looms. He has employed 4 weavers, and we are going to do 1,000 saris with him this year. So, and this is just one story, and there are so many of such stories where we are making sure that the weavers really make good money by working with us.
Are you doing anything about actually? I mean, raw material is one of the big problems for many weavers. The right kind of cotton, the right kind of silk, the development of so many new fibers, but are they really suitable for the handloom? Is Taneira doing anything about raw material?
Yes, we are, and even though cotton is like a humble yarn, but it's actually not very humble. And the cotton plant is a water guzzler, and we all know that a T-shirt takes 2,500 liters of water to be produced, a cotton T-shirt. So we have started a pilot of working with sustainable cotton plant, which uses 50% less water. And we have run it through our the looms. And the first production came out. It came out pretty well. There's not even a lot of difference in the cost. So we may go ahead with that. So that's working with cotton. On silk, we've tied up with an Austrian company. It's called Lenzing, and they have a product called a filament yarn, which is called Tencel Lux. And now Tencel Lux has qualities which are very similar to silk in terms of the sheen, the luster, liquid-like drapes. And it is from wood. The yarn is procured from wood pulp. So they have sustainable forest, eucalyptus forest in Austria and some other places. And we are procuring from this company, Lenzing. And we launched a collection called Vegan Visions last year, and it is doing extremely well, and especially with the young customers, and they're very, very focused on sustainability. And we are bringing out some new designs and new, ways of, for the younger women to actually wear. I mean, that's another problem that we haven't discussed so far is how do we get the younger women to adopt wearing saris more often? It should not be only with, the middle-aged women. We want younger women. So that's why all our advertisements, all our promotions is, trying to get to that, we're trying to catch the younger women.
I have something that I've been trying to sell for many years, an idea that one of the reasons that a lot of women, not only the young, but working women, giving up wearing saris is not so much because of problems of wearing it, but of laundering it and starching it, and today's apartment blocks don't have space for that. And if somebody could invent a machine which could starch and steam press and roll a sari dry, it would be wonderful. And I think Taneira should offer a prize for an IIT graduates to invent a machine like that.
That's a very, very valid input. But we do interact and we do work with academia. So I think in the previous session they were talking about returns, a lot of
I think there's
returns.
so many ancillary aspects of handloom weaving beyond design and marketing, which we always get stuck on these two things. But it's really a whole basket of services which starts from availability of the right raw material to the kind of technology which is required. I mean, I'm not saying that you should shift from the handloom to power loom, but even the handloom can be improved by very small little technical upgradation. There was a weaver who I think some years ago won an award because he adapted his own handloom into something which he could use by himself rather than needing another assistant. So things like that, I think we need to get in all the wonderful young minds in India involved in making craft a profession that not only we love, but where the craftspeople themselves enjoy the process of making. And I think that organizations like Taneira and Tata's really could play a very important part in that.
Thank you, ma'am.
There are questions. I think you can catch them
I think we're running out of time, and so,
Yes, we
well,
want to go
thank you.
shopping.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anubha, can you please bring the bags to felicitate the guests? I know there are many questions that people have, and I hope whoever you have the questions for, you can catch them on a later time. So this brings us to the last session of the day with a very highly esteemed panel. The handloom industry is one of the largest employment providers to the rural population in India. In the last 2 decades, despite several efforts to revive the handlooms in the country, the sector has witnessed plummeting fortunes. This session, Making Markets Work for Weavers, New Opportunities, New Channels, will bring focus on seize emerging opportunities through markets and more. I'll invite on stage our panel and moderator, Mr. Manish Saxena, lead Adhyam Handwoven and advisor to Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, Arrow. Please give a huge round of applause. Thank you so much. I would also like to invite on stage the panelists for the session, Sumita Ghosh, founder Rangasutra, Ambuj Narayan, CEO Taneira, Shiva Devireddy, founder GoCoop, and Manorat Dhillon, CEO Okai. With this, I hand over the session to Mr. Manish Saxena to take the discussions forward.